Hello, my beautiful starseeds and lightworkers. Let's do an Ascension update for September 2019. Let's see what is coming towards us and specifically what we have to do to help the collective and Mother Gaia ascend.
You are divine.
Those who are new, thank you so much for coming to this channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any updates and any starseed videos, which will be coming soon, a lot of them. Okay, so I want to jump into this right away by explaining to you how I get this information. Those of you on my channel, you know that recently I got to know very intimately a higher dimensional group of beings, and I call them the Council of 12. So in the next few videos, I'm going to talk a little more about them to introduce you to them gradually. And what I do now is every morning I tune into my Council of 12. I ask, what is it that I need to put out there? And they answer, they tell me. So today I tuned in and I got the message, do an Ascension update for September. It's time. Tomorrow is the 1st of September, so you have to know what's coming towards you, and there are specific instructions in this video. So keep watching, all right? Watch till the end, because you need to do something that is very important for your own ascension and for the ascension of the collective and our beautiful earth. Okay, my Council of 12 is basically a group of beings that are up there, part of a very huge, large conglomeration of light beings from different places, from different dimensions, from different planets, from different galaxies, all here to help us. Yes, all here to help us, beautiful little human beings on this earth, to help us ascend, to help us move into our highest potential, right? That's what Ascension is, us moving into our highest potential, going up a notch, going up a density, moving into a higher vibration, into a higher timeline, into a higher density, and into a higher dimension, what we call the 5th dimension. We're now in the 3rd dimension, and we've been having trouble. I mean, we know there's too much going on. There has been too many wars, too many negative things going on, too many negative people in control. The environment, what's going on, it's pretty much a disaster. So there are a lot of high vibrational beings of light who are there to help us. And all of us can connect to them. And actually, you are one of them. Because if you're watching, you're a light worker and starseed, most likely both. You are both. So up there is a Council of 12, and they are part of a larger group. I'll just call them the Galactic Council of Light. Right. In higher dimensions, there are other beings, and you came from that place down here to help Mother Earth, to help humanity ascend. So up there are beings that have been called, that have been drawn to help, because Mother Gaia is calling for help. Our planet, what's going on? One of the symptoms is the rainforest that is burning. There's a lot more going on as well. We have plastic in the oceans. There's deforestation going on. There's a lot going on. Environment is a really difficult thing right now. It's a difficult subject. So our beautiful earth, she is crying for help, and also humans are crying for help. Every person who suffers, every single person who is suffering, who is stuck, is crying for help. And all these beautiful galactic beings and angels have come, and they're there. And I call them the Galactic Federation of Light, because they're organized. It's not just random floating things like you think, oh yes, our team of light, there's just this light floating around. No, they're actual souls, they're actual people, they're actual beings of unique consciousnesses coming not only from Earth, but from different planets. And I've been able to connect to this huge conglomeration of light beings by meditations, by asking, by wanting, and also because I am part of that federation. I'm part of that federation, and you most likely are too. A lot of you are part of that Galactic Federation of Light on a looser level, on a closer level, because you are here to help. I am here to help. Okay, so my Council of 12 is a council of 12 beings that are part of the galactic forces of light, or the Galactic Light Forces, who are specifically there to support us in combating the negative, in order to raise our vibration, like to combat negative forces, negative beings, negative cycles, like that timeline that our Earth is moving towards, the 3D Earth is moving towards, to combat that and to be able to ascend into the 5th dimension. So my Galactic Council of 12 are 12 very specific beings which have revealed themselves to me. So it's like I'm sitting at a table and I'm seeing every single being there with very unique personalities, very unique. And they're from all corners of this galaxy and other galaxies as well. And I will introduce you to them little by little, okay? So these higher vibrational beings are there to help me bring the message to you. So I asked, what do we need to know? What's going on in September? So I asked one person to step forward to kind of translate what they're all saying. And Elron, my Arcturian spirit guide, he's one of my inner team of spirit guides, and he's also part of the galactic team of 12, the Council of 12. He stepped forward and he takes me to this little room where we overlook the Earth. And then yesterday, my Pleiadian, she hasn't told me her name yet. She's a Pleiadian star commander. She's in charge of a huge group of beings who are helping us, right? So both of them were there this morning. The Arcturian, Elron here, the Pleiadian there. And as you know, that my strongest identity is Pleiadian Arcturian, right? I've got a lot of other Starseed roots there, but those were the first ones. And those are the ones that are very active. The Pleiadians and the Arcturians and the Andromedans as well are the 3 groups that are most active in helping the Earth directly, okay? So they were there and we were looking down onto the Earth. And this is what I saw. First of all, the message that I got for you is it's time to roll up your sleeves and get to work. All right, we've done so much clearing in the last few months. We've done healing. We've gone through the ringer. Now Virgo season is here. Virgo season is like very direct, very intelligent, very service oriented. Virgos are hard workers. So the Virgo energy is okay, enough with all this drama, enough. Of course, we continue doing our healing, our purging, but now it's time to get down from all this, you know, the Leo energies, the eclipse energies were so extreme. So it was this crazy roller coaster of emotions and drama. So it's time to step down from that and get to work. It's time to get to work. So for each of you, it means whatever you're super inspired to do, your highest inspiration, start working on it day by day, detail by detail. We know Virgo is detail oriented. They're the most brilliant minded people. They can see through something. They can see what they have to do. They can see they have to do A, B, C. That's what you've got to start doing. Okay, no more procrastinating. No more saying, I'm not ready. This is too much. Like what? No, we've done the purging. We've done the clearing. You've done enough. You have done enough clearing work. You got to roll up your sleeves and start really digging your hands into the earth like the Virgo do, like, and start working. Okay. And on a higher level, it's this. I'm going to get to specific instructions for you. Specific instructions they gave me what you need to do to help us all ascend. All right. So the first thing that was shown to me is this. The 3rd dimensional timeline is still here. The 5th dimensional timeline has started to split and is splitting. Okay, this is 5D. We hopefully are here. We hopefully are ascending. And how is this determined? It's determined by the amount of negativity you have in your soul. That's what I got. I may be wrong, okay, but this is the information I downloaded as well a little while ago. I calculate when I do Akashic Records clearing sessions. I do clearing of present, past life karma, of all the karma, all the blocks. And if you have 51% negativity, then you're on the flip side. If you have 50 or less well, let's say 49 or less percent negativity, you're ascending already. Okay, the negativity is just what blocks you from communicating with Creator Source, what blocks you from raising your vibration, what blocks you from being your true self. So the people who come to me to have their karma cleared, not one single one of them has been over 51%. It's always been lower, because once you're over 51% negativity upon you, karmic negativity, you really struggle. You don't even have the time or the energy or the vibration or the bandwidth to think about ascension and clearing and all that stuff. It means you're like really in the ringer, you are suffering, or you're being a bad person. Okay, so the negative karma causes you either to suffer a lot, or it means you're choosing to do negative things also towards others. So it's either perpetuating negativity towards yourself, which is bad, but it's worse if you perpetuate negativity outward. That means you're starting to really cause detriment. You're starting to cause others to suffer. You're starting to become just an evil person. Okay, So just a little side note for those of you who are saying, Natasha, you're speaking evil, negative, good. This is polarity. The fifth dimension doesn't have polarity. Okay, but we're not in the fifth dimension yet. We are splitting. We're on the way, and in the third dimension, duality exists. And it's okay that it exists. We have to think in terms of duality, because that's what we're living right here, right now. Right? So getting on the good side of the positive side of duality will help us ascend, so we can free ourselves from duality. Okay, just as a little side note. Okay, so the timelines have split. We are souls that are helping, that are trying to perpetuate the 5D timeline of stabilizing itself. It has stabilized. But one thing I was shown, I was looking on the earth, and what I saw was the earth kind of going like this. So Gaia and us, all of us and the earth, we're splitting. It's just like as though Gaia is splitting in two, is trying to split, it's just like when you see an amoeba that's kind of going and then boom, finally it splits. And we're in this process right now. We're trying to split, and it's partially happened, but we're still hanging together. Okay, so what I was shown was the old Gaia, the 3D Gaia, with the other one kind of trying to levitate. That's the 5D, trying to, we're trying to move into that new vibration, the new dimension. This one I was shown is still here, and this one had huge cracks opening, with kind of red lava coming out. The cracks were opening. And finally I understood that this is what's happening. If the 3D timeline continues negatively, and we just say, oh, we're going into 5D, adios, you can burn, whatever happens, that timeline, I don't know what's going to happen. What's happening with the 3D timeline? I don't care. We can't do that. We have to heal our 3D timeline in order to be whole and complete in our 5D timeline. So it's not like we're ascending and we'll just leave all the crap behind. That is not what we can do. Remember that all the timelines, all realities exist simultaneously. So if you exist here, all happy in 5D, and 3D is still there, is still working. There is so much going on. It's really destructive. The souls that haven't made it here are still here. And this will happen in the next few, I don't know how many years, hundreds of years, tens of years, thousands of years maybe. And this will affect us, okay? It's just like we cannot have a fifth dimensional, ascended, beautiful world with a third dimensional world that we've left behind in shambles, right? We can't do that, because that's going to affect us. That's going to affect all the dimensions, all the future and all the past. So we truly, besides for ascending, have to heal our Mother Gaia, our 3D Mother Gaia, our 3D beautiful brothers and sisters on this planet who are in a very negative polarity. We have to heal this. So we can't just try and try and try to jump on 5D and then just leave everything behind and say, I don't care, we can't. We have to, that's why roll our sleeves up, get active and start being proactive. And what can we do? What can we do? What we can do without destroying ourselves, we can act in the best way possible to help, to heal, to pray. And one thing that the Arcturian and Pleiadian guide showed me, we can hurl intentions of healing on everything. We can pray. Our words, our intentions, our visualizations, they work. And this is why. The Arcturian and Pleiadian forces of light, all the forces of light, are now able to come and do their work because we have split. More than half the population has made it into the positive polarity. And what we can do is we can send a healing and blessing and then call the forces of light to continue that, and then they are able to do it. They are able to do it. They are allowed to do it. They were not allowed to intervene because we have free choice and free will. But if half of a population of a planet says, we want the light, we want help, we want the positive polarity, we need help, then they can come down. So this is the instructions for you. With the cracks of Mother Gaia, do your prayers, do your healing visualizations for everything that you see that is bad. Whatever cause you're drawn to, work in that, physically do what you can, and also send a healing prayer and healing visualization, and then say, I hereby ask the Pleiadian and Arcturian forces of light to come and heal this. I ask for your assistance. I ask you to come and heal this. I give you permission as a walker on the earth. Okay? So you can do that. And that is really, really powerful. And they will come and they will intervene and they will start healing the earth. Okay? So it's very important that you do your part and then you call in your team of light. Obviously, you can ask your angels and your guides, but specifically, these galactic forces of light told me to call on them because they're there. They're up there, right? With their powers, with their zapping powers, with their healing powers. They have so many different technologies and energies that can truly heal the earth and that can zap all the negative stuff. And the second thing that I was shown, and this has to do not with Mother Gaia, but with us, with humans. We know that there are negative soul groups incarnated on Earth. Still, there's less, but they are still here. All right. There are negative soul groups. There are souls that have chosen the negative polarity. And I don't mean the 51%, I mean 100% negative. Okay, once a soul turns 100% negative, the umbilical cord to divine creator source is cut off. The light is cut off. They become a soul zombie. That's how I see it. And then they do not have connection to the light and they just contribute to complete negativity. All right. And what we want to do is this. Now, another small explanation. I'll go into detail later. How do these beings even come in? How do these beings incarnate? They're not in the fifth dimension. They're not like in our heaven. What they are beings that are in lower dimensions, specifically the lower astral planes of the fourth dimension, because everything is mirrored. If you see us as beautiful divine beings, when our body ceases to exist, our soul goes up through the higher astrals to the fifth dimension, to our soul's home. The beings who are negative, they also go through the astrals. Okay, their body ceases to exist, their body dies. The soul goes through the astrals, but through the lower astrals, and it hangs in the lower astrals, and it goes to negative 5D, negative 6D. This is what I've seen. This is what I saw when I was investigating the draconian race with a friend of mine just recently, that as above, so below. So the higher dimensions are mirrored in the negative. I see it as light and dark, as darker dimensions. So these beings, these souls, when they cease to exist, they go through the portal, to the lower astrals, and either they hang out there or they go lower. They go to negative 5D. That's how I saw it, and that happens. So negative 5D, negative 6D, just like the higher dimensions are 5D plus, 6D plus, 7D plus, the higher. The negative ones are there. I don't know where it goes, and I don't really want to know. I don't really want to know how deep it goes, but it goes deep. So what's happening is this. I'm explaining this so you can understand and do the homework that was given to me by my Pleiadian commander, right? Star commander. Okay, so what's happening is this. Everyday babies are being born, right? Bodies are created, souls come and merge with the bodies, and we are born. But negative souls come in, they slip in, they crawl in through portals, boom, into the body. So what I learned was negative souls don't have a designated body on Earth. They don't. Okay, so all the beautiful little babies that are being born have a designated soul from the higher dimensions. That's how it works. The beautiful incarnational cycle from the dimensions of light, from heaven, however you want to call it, from 5D, right? And the soul comes in and merges. But there are portals, right? There are portals where when someone is born, a new baby is born, the negatives, they're there looking and lurking. They go in and they before that soul is able to really take the first breath. Sometimes a negative soul comes in, takes the first breath, makes it the first breath of life, and just edges the positive soul out. And that's how we get negative human beings walking on this earth with negative souls in there. There's other worst cases where the negative souls coexist with the positive souls because they slipped in there somehow. But it's a bad scenario. So I was shown that there are a lot of portals in hospitals and near hospitals. Portals. Negative portals where these beings from the lower astrals, boom, come in and come into the body, right? And we have too many of these. We have too many portals. We have too many negative beings on this planet still. I bet each one of you knows someone who is really, really mean, detrimental, evil, who wreaks havoc, murderers, abusers. There's too many of them, and we do not want them. We don't want them. So what specifically my Pleiadian Star Commander told me and showed me yesterday, this was yesterday, today I'm being shown it again. Please, what you can do is you can drive to your local hospital, or just from where you are, visualize it and say, I hereby command all the portals to be closed off so no negative beings can come in. The portals to the lower astral planes be closed off, and I ask the Pleiadian forces of light to finish the work. That's all you have to do, and just visualize. I did this yesterday. I did this to my local hospital, to the one a little further, and even to my whole city. I did it like in stages. And I just visualized all these dark portals, like these dark kind of portals that when someone wants to come through, they're like, boom, and a negative soul or a negative being comes through. I imagined them as being closed off, sealed off. And the Pleiadian forces of light, there is a station. There's a specific station where it's a big station where the Pleiadian forces of light are working from, and they can zap those portals and seal them. But they need a little bit of our permission still. They're allowed to intervene, but they need us to work with them. That's why we're here. That's why we light workers are here on Earth, to do that type of work with them. So I did that. So that's that's the instructions for you, beautiful light workers. It'll just take a minute. Visualize your hospital. Just close your eyes and see how many portals you see or what you see. I just saw a whole bunch of like dark, almost like half moons, or like the sliver of a black moon, like this, like just waiting to open. And it's important that you put the intention for those portals to not let anyone in, but to let them out. Okay, so there's some portals that go both ways. There's some portals that only go one way. So have the intention of the portals being closed to anyone coming in, but the portals of the negative souls going out, stay open. We want them to leave, but not come back. And at some point when all negative souls are gone, we can seal that as well. But that's the instruction that I got. And the forces of light are doing a lot of work. They are doing a lot of work. So the less negative souls incarnate on the 3D plane, the less future havoc can be wreaked on our 3D plane, and the more we can heal our mother Gaia, the more we can heal our civilization and our society that is still in 3D. Because I've explained before, the 5D, we're on this, the 3D continues, right? And in 5D, as we go higher, negative souls cannot incarnate here because they can't reach it. They can't reach 5D. Negative souls are stuck in the lower 4th dimension and below. They're in negative 5D, negative 60, negative 70. But they're not here. So if we're a planet of light, they can't reach us. How can they? It's not possible. But we don't want them to continue polluting 3D either. So we must heal our 3-dimensional earth and society in order to ascend and be able to have a full, beautiful, ascended life in 5D. Or else we're going to have a hell down there in 3D, which are our brothers and sisters as well. And we don't want that. We have to heal that as well. We have to heal that timeline. And that timeline will be positive as well. Okay, you can have a positive 3D timeline, 5D, 6D. Only 3D is just prone to those negative beings, negative forces overtaking it. And the cracks that I saw it was very strange. The cracks that I saw in Mother Gaia were some sort of forces from the inside of Gaia. I think Gaia as a planet has her own struggles and her own little wars. I don't know exactly, but I kind of saw that we only see us human beings, but each planet is its own consciousness and has its own history and his own stuff going on, right? So our planet Gaia is struggling too with negative forces, cracking it open, or cracking her open. So there's something going on. That's why sending blessing and healing to our planet is really, really important as well. It's all intermingled. Like, we can't really separate ourselves from our beautiful Mother Gaia at this point, right? So the month of September is a month of taking action, healing, moving forward, really raising your vibration, really rolling up your sleeves, getting to work on whatever you're inspired to work on. And that's really going to help our ascension process. So it's beautiful to know that we are ascending, we are going up to that 5D timeline, but we cannot forget the 3D. It's just like if we've been in jail and we manage to escape and we just run and we leave the others behind to rot. We cannot do that. Don't leave our 3D Mother Gaia behind to rot. Don't do that. It's not going to be good. It's going to affect us. Remember, we are all one. All dimensions are one. Everything is together, and every one part affects the other parts. So why not heal and make all parts beautiful and positive and do our best for that? Okay. I'm going to make more videos about the negative and positive, about the Draconians, about the Haydarans, about Starseed missions in general. Stay tuned. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss any of those exciting new Starseed videos channeled through my Council of 12. Thank you so much, Natasha, Cosmic Empress. Love you guys, and ciao for now.